Hello, everyone. Welcome to a bonus episode of LowerBitrate.
What up?
10 out of 10 intro.
I mean, don't we really feel that way anyway? Like with all the shit that's been going on, like there's no like urgency to speak to anyone anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh hey, how you doing? I'm like, I know. We all feel it. It's shitty.
Yeah. No one's doing great.
Yeah. We wanted to do this episode.
Yeah.
Because we're nerds and we're usually in the house for periods of time. Never for this long though. And with the added danger of, long-lasting lung damage. So, we thought it would be cool to like give a recap of what the last 5 to 6 months has been. Talk about some of our hobbies and stuff that we've done. And it's a bonus episode. Enjoy. It'll be $9.99 plus shipping and handling. What do you want to get into first?
I really like to begin with what's a priority in my life, and that's snacks.
Yep.
So it's been a different experience obtaining snacks. So I buy all my snacks now on Amazon. It's tough because you got to find like a reasonable price because they'll jack up the prices just because they can. So problem is either the description won't be clear or I just will be high and not read the numbers correctly. And so far I bought like a case of rice cakes. I wanted ice cream cones because at one point I had ice cream. So now I have a case of ice cream cones and no ice cream. And when I say a case, I mean like 12 boxes full of, however many cones are in there, probably 10.
What?
Yeah, so I ordered like 120 ice cream cones. All right, I gotta pause. I'm sorry, my dog's throwing up. I'll be right back. Bad timing. Hello.
Hey.
Yay. Okay, I went back to my Logitech headphones. Good old gaming headset.
Tried and true.
And I can hear you just fine now.
What were we talking about? Ice cream cones?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it you're too high to realize the quantities that you're ordering?
Yes. Or it's not clear.
Okay. That's pretty sketch though. Like normally, okay, so let's contrast this. Normally, what do? You just go to the supermarket? Go get snacks or find snacks?
Yeah, I used to go to my local supermarket. I liked it a lot. Get my snacks for, the week. A normal amount of snacks. Maybe one box of cookies, maybe a box of crackers, maybe some sort of bar, like a granola bar, maybe some protein bar for like if I got a grab and go breakfast.
Yeah.
Meaning the only place I'm going, let me be clear now, is to like a doctor's appointment or something, or if I'm hungry while maybe I'm sitting on my computer. That's the only places I'm going. So yeah, it's nice. It used to be in normal quantities. So I guess I'm glad I can get snacks, but it's too many. The biggest one was the rice cakes. Just I thought it was going to be 10 or 12, like of those rice cake tubes. Because I have some like yummy chocolate hazelnut spread, like something like Nutella. I was like, yeah, I'll put that on there. That'd be a great snack. Just like a vehicle to put Nutella into my mouth. And I accidentally bought like 24, I think, tubes of rice cakes. And I did, like, if anyone needs some rice cakes, holla at me. Like, I'm going to do a rice cake giveaway on stream any day now. Just don't know what to do with all these.
24 boxes?
Like, you know how at the store you can get like a tube of rice cakes?
Yeah.
Okay, well, 24 of those arrived.
Oh shit.
The fun thing is to, like, let me be clear. I've gone through like a lot of surgeries and procedures in the last 5 months just for pain management. And so I was, medicated quite a bit. And there's massive shipping delays too. So like a huge box will arrive and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Open it up and be like, rice cakes. I have no memory of ordering this, but it's a little like gift you give yourself. Like if you can't remember and then things arrive, it's like, oh, it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
I sent this to myself and I don't remember. So
Yeah, I don't have. I've ordered stuff, not food though. I'm a little iffy about buying food or snacks online. I think the only thing I've done was like purchase like snack size candy maybe last Halloween. Just dump the fucking bowl outside, take it. Don't knock on my door.
So are you doing grocery delivery?
No, me and my brother are going taking turns. When I did have wheels, I would go and he would go as well in his car. But we've been drifting further and further apart from New York City to buy food because it's they're looking a little barren over here. It's not like the things that you'd be able to get before are not prioritized anymore. It's just like eggs, milk, your necessities or whatever. So you can't really get the comfort food.
Yeah.
That you want. But
or what it is for me is I'd rather buy the snacks online and then go to the store and get the necessities. I myself don't go, but some, a friend or my partner will go, but I don't go. That's why I've like haven't set foot in a grocery store in like 5 months. But we'll get staples there delivered possibly. But then I'm not going to be like trolling the aisle or asking someone to troll the aisles looking for some snacks for me. Like get in, get out.
Yeah, it's too much work to do that. Like before this whole thing happened, it would be easy for me to go into the store, grab a couple things, and then leave. But now, it's such a process to get into the store.
Yeah.
And things are, like socially distanced or whatever, and I understand why they're doing it, but it's a massive fucking inconvenience for someone like me because I don't like shopping. So
yeah,
I'll make a list, I'll put it in my phone, and I'm like so weird to the point where I'll put it in aisle order so I can be in and fucking out. Like
I used to do that.
I don't like shopping in New York City. I don't like going to like Target or whatever with a whole bunch of fucking Karens coming from all walks of life. Being mad that they can't wipe their ass with toilet paper. They can't buy like 8 fucking big tubs of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think my snack game has been hampered. I think it's been amplified.
Okay. What are you eating? What's your current? Because I go through like favorites and I get sick of it. So I move on to something else. What's your current snack?
Okay, so what are the vibe levels about chips? Like, what do you like chips wise?
My favorite would be just plain with like ridges. I like crunchy. Oh, actually, my most favorite chip is Zapp's Voodoo flavor.
Is it a Southern thing?
I think they're from Louisiana.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm mostly like, I think like your staples, like your Doritos. What's your favorite bag of Doritos if you like Doritos?
I rarely eat them. I guess maybe I'll eat like one nacho cheese every once in a while. They're just they have MSG in them, and I'm sensitive to that. Like, I don't mean to harp on it, but it's just I'm sensitive to like certain things that are in highly processed foods, especially highly like chemically flavored things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, eh.
You know, the store brand is actually pretty good for like the nacho cheese strips. They're not as bad as like regular Doritos.
Yeah, they're just corn chips blasted in cheese powder, you know?
Mm-hmm. I like the sweet chili ones, but my snack game mostly it would be chips and like I'm a big fan of like gummies or whatever. But they've been disrespecting me every time I go there because they don't have my favorite ones, which is either the
Right.
frogs or the sharks. I don't know what it is about that like white gummy layer at the bottom of them. I don't know if it's laced with heroin or something, but that shit's really good. Um, so mostly it's been like pies lately.
Okay.
Some of your regular, you know, basic bitch Entenmann's, like little Debbie's, little cakes or whatever. I've
Oh
had
man, I remember Entenmann's. They used to have like a mistake store. I forget what it was called. Like the not perfect baked goods, like right near my house
yes.
when I lived in New Jersey. Yeah, it was serious. Like if you were going over to somebody's, you brought like one of those Entenmann's cakes or something. So yeah. I don't know, New Jersey, that was a big thing. I don't know if that's like a southern thing where you like have to bring something. Like
There used to be New York City, there used to be this Wonder Bread like little plant factory store thing or whatever. And you'd be able to get like all the baked goods from there for dirt cheap. There's no that was way back then. That's like the 90s, like when things like that could exist where people used to go out for bread and only bread.
true. Well, yeah, I just have so many memories growing up of my dad like late at night, you know, we're out of milk. The kids need milk. So he would like run to the local little deli and just get us some milk for like cereal or something.
Yeah. Um
Different times. So I sent you a picture of the voodoo chips.
yeah, I'm looking at it
Guys,
right now.
if you don't know what voodoo chips are, if you ever see them, get them. I mean, you won't miss the bag. It's like really brightly colored with voodoo dolls on it. It's ZAPPS, Zaps. Very good. When I lived like in Georgia or in New Jersey, I would eat a lot of Cape Cod chips. Those are good. Salt and vinegar, so good.
Yeah, that's my mom's steez. Is like salt and vinegar and stuff like that. I'm partial to like you know Ruffles.
Yeah.
Ruffles, but the sour cream and cheddar versions.
You're
That's
right.
my
Those are really
shit.
good. Yeah.
They're those, but those like objectively are probably the worst chips that you can have.
Yeah. The sour cream, it's like, you know, just the mystery like cream flavors where it's just like blasted with some milk protein.
So
I
good
can
though.
only eat a few of those too, but yeah, those are good. All right, another question. Speaking of chips, we'll talk about French fries. Who makes your favorite French fries?
Fast food wise,
Yeah.
McDonald's.
You could even include like Five Guys in there. They're like try to be fast food.
Yeah, it's McDonald's.
McDonald's is
Sometimes
good.
sometimes Five Guys doesn't do it for me. What the fuck is that?
It sounded like some sort of like ticker tape
Holy
unfolded.
shit! I will
What
be
was
right
that?
back. I have no idea. Something is happening.
All right, I'll talk about fries. All right, I think those are maybe fireworks outside Lou's place. But speaking of French fries, I like Wendy's, but I feel like not everywhere you can get Chick-fil-A. Also, Chick-fil-A is like problematic. Fucking, oh, welcome back. Fucking Jesus fries, you know, I feel a little guilty eating it. I rarely eat it, but man, I love those Chick-fil-A waffle fries, even though they're flavored with the blood of Jesus.
I heard you mention Wendy's. Did you say anything before that?
I just like McDonald's, all right, but actually, I think like that type of fast food, I would prefer Wendy's over McDonald's. I like their fries; they're a little bit like fluffier.
Yeah, I like dipping the Wendy's fries in the frosty like a psycho.
No, like it's like that's common. It's sweet and salty. Like how can you not like a sweet and salty combination? Okay, maybe you don't like fries in your ice cream type Frosty. By the way, Frosties are fucking delicious. But then you have like Chex Mix that has like sweet peanut butter and peanuts. You know, it's like sweet and salty. Like, how can you not like something of that variety? Hello, what's wrong with your tongue?
Yeah, I miss like the early days of the pandemic because nobody was going out. It was such a weird thing to be able to drive places in New York City and get there in a reasonable time.
Right.
Like I would go, I don't know, maybe 20 miles out and take 10 minutes versus the 45 that it would take me just to get halfway.
Right.
Yes, that's me clicking my tooth.
Oh,
Lost.
Jesus. I thought you were like playing with some sort of fidget toy, and I was like, just FYI, your mic's picking it up.
Yeah.
I was like, or Andy Dufresne is trying to slowly chisel into your wall. Like it was just like a regular ticking.
Yeah, so if I were to rank them like fries wise, assuming that it's hot, fresh, and salty, it would be McDonald's first. Then it would be Wendy's, then Burger King. But if we're putting in like Five Guys and stuff like that, like the upper echelon fries, I consider like Rallies or Checkers to be that. Those fries are fucking great.
Rallies or Checkers? Yeah, we had those in Georgia, but I haven't seen that here, like at Checkers. I've never tried that though. But there are like, try your local burger places. Like there's one that's just like an Austin burger place I love. I go to a lot. I'm not going to say the name for that reason. Yes. Like you'll find me there 100%. But they're like house-made fries are hand cut and pretty good. And they even have like you can get different varieties of fries. I like it.
Yeah, there's a spot that makes fries that I would prefer. Will not say the name because it's relatively close to me.
Same. Yeah. Find a local spot. Like you have a pizza place or maybe like a Chinese food place, like where you like go get
those
takeout.
are underrated too. Chinese food.
Find a local one.
French fries.
Yeah.
But do you like cheese or no cheese?
Yeah. Sometimes I enjoy a loaded fry, whether it's like chili cheese or a lot of all the food you order here is somehow dippable in queso. So there's a lot of like fries with queso options. All sorts of different types of queso and even like chili cheese queso. Oh, there's some great things. Okay, I'm going to stop. Oh, our French fries, tater tots, French fries. This is like, a hot dog a sandwich? Like, because I fucking love me some tater tots. Like, I love all potato. I'm pretty sure like the human body is like 70% water. The remaining, 30% for me is different types of potatoes.
I think if like humanity crashed and we only had potatoes, we'd be okay.
If you watch Space Force, that's a big plot of it. Do you remember that they like are in this biome to test like what it'd be like to have a colony on Mars, like to really test like the psychological effects of it, just like being in a very confined space. Hey, kind of reminds me of what we're doing now, like being close quarters with the same people for a very long time. And so all they would eat were potatoes. And they'd try to make them in different ways, but they're limited. But the thing was, their potatoes were grown in like their old shit. They would make like compost out of it. So it was just like a constant, very small circle of like shit, then potatoes. And you would eat potatoes and then you would shit them. And
the endless cycle. That is gross.
The circle of life.
So what have your habits been ordering out? Have it increased? Has it decreased? Is it about the same?
I ordered out quite a bit because living in Austin, it's easy peasy and relatively cheap. It's also worth it to order delivery a lot of times, like depending on the time of day or other factors, so that you don't have to drive and be in traffic. Because Austin in traffic is about 6 minutes per mile, 5 to 6 minutes per mile. So think about it, like you're only going to like a quote unquote local spot. You could be in 30 minutes of traffic. So, pay someone else, save yourself the trip. And I don't mind it at all.
Miles.
But so I was just stating that to be like, kind of ordered out a lot because it was affordable relatively. But I don't know. I don't think it increased. I think it stayed the same, just like a lot of other things in my like introvert nerd life. Like very happy in my bat cave, only come out once like maybe a month at dusk to hunt. Just kidding. Yeah, like a snake. I need to eat once a month. But hasn't really changed. There's been like a lot more selection because places have really upped their game as far as takeout, and they have great apps, so many choices, and they'll have deals all throughout the day. So yeah, still ordering the same takeout, trying to support my place. Like that's my excuse, is like I don't want my favorite places to go away.
Right.
So trying to support as much as possible. Yeah. What about you? Did it increase?
A lot more like making food at home. That's increased a lot, but
Okay.
it's about the same, like ordering out or whatever, like delivery, because it's just so easy. In New York, well, if you live in an apartment building, they will not go inside of the apartment building, so you have to leave your apartment, go downstairs, and wait for them. That's not the case. They could leave that shit at the door. I abuse the absolute fuck out of that. I'm like, what? You mean to tell me that you're gonna leave it at my door and I don't have to do a damn thing? Shit.
Right.
That's the best thing ever. So
yeah,
it's
just
about 50-50.
You have to get the timing right. I don't know if Uber Eats did this before, but maybe it's an added feature where I always jump up and think the food's here, but they added that like little extra alert that the food's almost there. And then they definitely added this. They were like, give, blank Frank, we'll say like that's his name, 2 minutes to drop the food at the door, right? So there's no like face-to-face handoff anymore. But I always jump up and accidentally like open the door pantsless as they're like walking up to, or they're like look up as their hands releasing the food. And I was like, oh shit, like Uber. Like, so now I figured out like we have a good timing. It's like a dance, like you time it. I watch you through the peephole. You turn away, then I open the door and grab the food and close it real fast.
Yeah, that's what I do. Watch through the peephole. They leave, I grab it, and just
heavy breathing into the peephole, fogging it up. Frank.
Yeah, but definitely, ordering from local spots that I know have been impacted, for sure.
Like your local McDonald's.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't turn down nuggets, which is funny because they closed very recently. I'm like, wow, dude, my money went to fucking waste.
No, for real. What have you been eating locally? Any good pizza or anything?
Yeah, there's a local pizza spot that makes a pretty decent pizza. The Italian spot.
I mentioned in a podcast episode, I ordered pizzas from Italy that were, cheaper actually than if I ordered, I eat gluten-free, don't tweet me about it. But I could order gluten-free pizzas for less of the price than like getting one delivery here in Austin. And I was like, fuck yeah, Viva Italia. Waiting. Who knows? Who knows when they'll arrive? Still waiting.
So obviously we've been eating a lot of fucking junk.
Yeah.
As usual. So what have you done to, like, for personal care wise, right? Like, we're in the house more often than usual. Things have slowed down to a snail pace. What have you done that's different from like previously?
I've always been into like makeup and skincare. It's just always been like an interest of mine. I don't necessarily like wear a lot of makeup, but I just think, like trying, because there's so many like weird innovations that happen. Oh my gosh, I could let's begin about the. I'll just mention two things. The weirdest things I think. The like charcoal peel mask. I tried that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever tried that on your face, but that was a big trend.
Well, I know my brother tried to put that shit on my face. I just looked at him like, no.
I have this weird thing where I love peeling. So anything that's like peel off mask, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna slap that thing on my face, and then you like peel it off, you know, like Nicolas Cage and Face Off. And then if you do it slow enough, like you could get it all in one piece. That's the goal, like peeling like a clementine, like just one big piece. And then it's like those old Biore, like nose strips, like it will rip, you know, blackheads and things out. And then I love to look at that, like studying like some sort of like Columbus studying the map of the New World or something. I'm like, look at this. This came out of my face. I'm weird. Oh, the second one was so slugs and snails, their slime is really good for your skin. Now, I don't recommend you like put slugs on your face or snails on your face. Like I've seen videos of that. It's weird. But you can buy cream that has like because it's such like an inexpensive thing and it's not cruel to the snails, they say. They just let them like crawl in this kind of like textured board. So they'll make lots of slime. And then they use that and put it in skin cream. And I've bought that and it's the best like gel for your face I've ever bought. I even sent some to my mom and I was like, you don't have to use this, but I like it. And she really liked it too. Like find yourself some snail face gel or cream. I recommend it. So then those are my like two weirdest things I've been into in the past. And then the weirdest quarantine thing, again, I have this like peeling obsession. It's weird. It's probably OCD. But you can buy the most recent fad I've seen is you can buy these foot masks. And when you say mask, as far as skincare to me, that means like something you can leave on your skin. Like you could leave it on for a longer period of time to like have better effects. Like, so they have moisturizing foot masks that you can leave on your feet all night, but then they have one that exfoliates, and it's a chemical exfoliation. I should have known. So you can do chemical peels like on your face, but in an esthetician's like, you know, like you have to be licensed and you have to know what you're doing to put burning chemicals on someone's face to exfoliate it. But my impression with chemical peels is they put the chemicals on your face, your skin starts burning, and they're like, all right, that's enough for now. And then they put a solution to like counteract the effect of the burning. So then the burning stops. So these foot masks, I was dumb. You like slide your feet into these like plastic sleeves, these like little plastic bags, tie in a little bow, and you're supposed to leave them on for no more than 90 minutes. Guess how long I left it on?
2 hours.
Like 8 hours. Because I fell asleep. Stupidly,
no.
like at night, like did them. I was like, I'll just like sit here on my bed and like look at my phone. And then I woke up the next day and I was like, why do my feet feel like it was just such a strange feeling? Like I had stuck my feet in a jellyfish and was trying to walk. Like, yeah. So I tried like asking a question to the company. I was like, hey, by the way, I left these on too long. Can't find any information about what to do if that happens. My skin, like you're supposed to wait 5 days and then the peeling will start. I was like, my skin is already falling off. I have red chemical burns on the tops of my feet and near my ankles because there's no calluses there. It just seeped and burned my skin. And so I was like, am I going to look like Deadpool by the time this 2-week molt is done? Because it's going to shed for 2 weeks. And by shed, I mean your skin will peel off as if you got like a sunburn inside your flesh somehow. So yeah, I think I regret it. Yeah, because I had this like itchy burn on the tops of my feet and near my ankles. And I don't feel like it really did anything, like made my feet softer. It just pretty much annoyed me.
Wow. Would you do it again?
I have 4 more packs, and I'm
Oh
like,
man.
don't do it. Don't do it. Just throw it away. Like, it was such a mistake, you know, like, because the booties go all the way up your ankles. Like, it shouldn't do that. Like with the gel inside, it should only be like for the bottoms of your feet somehow. So I'm just finding all these excuses why this is not my fault, but it was my fault. Follow directions, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been my like weird self-care. I'd like to hear your, I don't know, what you've gotten into.
So I mean, normally I'm like go 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 go, and I don't really take the time out to like really, you know, take care of myself, for the lack of a better term. And I sat down and was like, all right, what do I want to do? So I bought a whole bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought like a foot soak was a good idea. Didn't fully think it through, and I had like a sore ass for like 3 days because I was sitting on the side of the bathtub for like 40 minutes with Epsom salt in
You
the
couldn't have
bath.
like sat on the, oh, you're sitting in your bathtub.
Yeah, that's the I should have bought like a little bowl or something like that, or an actual thing.
Do you have, sorry to cut in, but do you have an Asian grocery near you?
I might. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, I've gotten groceries there because people are, I didn't know why the stores were so empty, and my friend's like, you dumbass ignorant Karen, they're racist, so no one's going to the Asian groceries. That was early on, and I was like, Texas. But they have, they're they're big on self-care. Like the Asian markets, especially if it's a Korean supermarket, really cool self-care stuff. I mean, I don't understand what the labeling is on any of the packages, but like Koreans, like South Korea is known for its like skincare market. It's a big boon in the like cosmetics industry, so it's always fun to look around. But they'll have foot soak bins for like a really reasonable price because it's just a piece of plastic that's
Right.
like a few gallons, so you can just stick your feet in it. I have one. I'll pour some warm water in it, and I can sit in my living room because it's like all contained in the bucket.
That's what I should have got, but no. I decided to half-ass it and just buy Epsom salt from like Target or something. So that um I don't really buy clothes for myself, so I bought some clothes, bought some sneakers.
I'm curious if other people have gotten into feet care because it seems like we both did.
I mean, yeah, it's like overlooked, right? Kind of. Like
I feel like
some people's
people have
feet look
gotten into
raunchy.
teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, either you get into like hyper managing your dental, your like oral hygiene, or you get into feet.
Yeah, I got into both.
Yeah.
Um and
Yeah.
that's some I mean, it's like, the foot care or whatever, it's like, make sure your shit's like trimmed, make sure it's nice, make sure there's no dead skin, make sure it's soft. The mouth care was a little bit more daunting or whatever. I think I may have tried like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 toothpaste things in different combinations or whatever. It's borderline psychotic. And I settled on one. I do one of like a Crest or Colgate thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
Thera Breath, which is like a toothpaste that feels like it's like whale jizz in your mouth. It's disgusting. But it does help with like, if you have like stinky breath or whatever. Keeps your mouth like fresh for longer, I feel. So half and half of that. And then I've gotten into like cologne, which is the big one. I have like 14 or 15 like bottles like sitting next to me. I've had to move them because I've run out of space. Um, it
Do they
started off.
interfere? I'm sorry. Do they interfere with your Funko Pops like display?
They were encroaching it, but I moved. Um, Speaking of the Funko Pops, I have to get rid of most of them. So if you want them for cheap, holler at me in the DMs. Um, yeah, it was just like one or two. It was like the normie shit in the beginning, and I bought like a travel spray of Creed Aventus, which was like $40, so it's $7 a fucking spray, and like a Dolce and Gabbana light blue. and then some other shit, which I don't really
Mm-hmm.
wear. And then I was like, I like Creed Aventus, but I don't want to pay $300 for a bottle. What can I get that's similar that costs a fraction of the price, like 1/10 of the price? So
Right.
that snowballed me down Shit's Creek, and then it just got worse from that point on, because once you get a taste of like smelling different or whatever, and then someone can like, I don't know if this is offensive or not to me, but someone was like in a mask through plexiglass with holes in it. Was like, oh, what are you wearing? You smell good. I was like, oh shit. When I left the store,
Yes.
I had to like, take a sniff. Like what the fuck? Like, am I offensive? Um, yeah. Right now, it's like hybrid stuff, and then now I'm thinking about day fragrances and night fragrances, and I could bore you with the specifics of it, but it's interesting. An interesting subculture of the internet.
What's the most expensive or like the best, the most luxury one you've been able to obtain? Like,
Um, Technically it's Dior Sauvage, but that's kind of a normie pick.
mm-hmm.
What I've been buying is like decants, which is like somebody will buy a bottle of, I don't know, let's just say Tom Ford Oud Wood or something like that, which is about
Yeah.
$300 all said and done for like a okay size bottle. It's not that big.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to try it instead of blind buying it, you would buy a decant of it, which is like a little trial sample for,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8, $10, $12 sometimes for the more expensive ones. As
Yeah, that
far
makes
as
sense. You have to like smell it on your skin. I'm sure it like smells differently.
Yeah, I was, because I didn't purchase Dior Sauvage. It was given to me on my birthday from a friend, Bobby McRib,
Love
and
it. Sorry, earbud users.
and yeah, so that one technically is the most expensive one, but my favorite one is, it was $60, and technically it's like a dupe of two fragrances, but they smell identical. It's very tough to me to sell a fragrance for 300, 400, $500 when I can get something that's a fraction of the cost. You know what I mean? Who's gonna know? You're gonna come to my house and look at my bottles? Fuck off. You're not coming in.
Yeah, sounds like you found some good dupes you're happy with. Don't
Yeah.
spend $1 million.
Don't, no. Mm-mm. And a lot of things work for other people. Like Dior Sauvage, I think works well for me, but other people have said that it's a little bit too strong. I was like, what are you talking about? So it works for different people. My favorite one, it's a combination. It's two dupes mixed together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One is called Baccarat Rouge 540, and then the other one is Creed Aventus. So it's a mix of the both. I've never smelled anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you ever smelled something like, I don't know, whether it's food or a fragrance or something, or like that new car smell where it's like intoxicating
Mm-hmm.
almost, or like new sneakers that like glue smell, or some people like gasoline. It's like that,
Right.
but over and over again. I started choking when I first smelled it.
That sounds like weed. It's like you want this like
That dank dank.
skunky, awful, dank gasoline smelling. It's called like glue and diesel. But those are the like known as the best strains, meaning they have a really high THC output.
Yeah. Um, that's pretty much it, really. Honestly, I haven't really done much. I've purchased things that we can get into. We could wrap it up or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's been mostly just, trying to stay sane, trying to manage expectations and manage a house that is a person that lives in it that is immune compromised. So
Mhm.
it's a little bit stressful to, you know, it fucks with your mind when you have to like disinfect everything that comes in. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a it's been stressful. So I've been trying to manage it with, retail therapy, which is not a great thing, but um, yeah, it's been helping. So
Yeah, I have more things, just other things I bought, more stories. And yeah, I think we have to be continued, We got more weird shit to talk about to come.
yeah, let's you want to end it there? Or do you want to go through some of the weird shit that we've?
No, I was teasing it.
Okay.
Little tease so you'll listen to the next bonus episode.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love going through my fucking Amazon list.
I know, I can't wait.
It's
There's a lot more to talk about.
smorgasbord.
I just don't want this episode to be 3 hours.
Right. Okay.
Well, thanks for listening to this bonus episode. We appreciate you tuning in to us, listening, chatting, shooting the shit about things that aren't video games or TV. So thanks for tuning in.
Later.